Let's go over what's going on in this level of the game. So in this level of the game, it's level 4. In this mission, it says, in this mission, you will receive a string, and you must return it in reverse. So for example, when you contact the server and it gives you this string, crazy, 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 you have to reverse the string and then send it back. So let's figure out how to do that. So let's see. I think we've been covering this over at our walkthroughs. So we got walkthroughs for HackMyVM and HackMyVM Labs, Temperance, and the last one we completed was level 3. So what we're doing with each one of these levels is we're taking the Python script that we did for the last level and we're modifying it. So if you want to take a look at the script we're going to be using to do this level, then you can, hold on, let me go ahead and, so this is level 3. Let me get the link for that over in the temp directory. So I'm just going to call this Levelx04.py, and then we'll paste in the code. So, oh, okay, I don't know. I've got the wrong stuff. Sorry. Okay, great. So before we get underway, we'll talk about what exactly is going on in the script that we're going to be using to solve the challenges. So we import the socket module. So the socket module in Python is the module that we use to connect to networking ports, and well, basically networking ports that aren't associated with a very well-known service, and basically arbitrary ports. We need to supply the socket with a host and a port, and in this case the host is going to be temperance.hackmyvm.eu, and the port is going to be this port right here, 9988. The first thing we do is we create a socket object. So in the socket module, we can create an object in the socket class, and we do it with this code right here. So socket.socket, socket.afnet, socket.sockstream as s. So we create the socket object, and then we rename it to the variable s. So s is a socket object. So we can do s.connect because it's been renamed, and then we need to supply the host and the port. This lets us connect to the server. So the next thing we do is we're going to retrieve the data from the server. So the data variable here is going to be equal to receiving data, so s.receive, and we're going to get 1024 bytes. So we're going to print whatever we receive from the server here. We're also going to print out receiving intro. So this is the intro message from the level, and we need to select the level that we want to access for the game, and we do that by sending a string. Well, it's not a string, it's bytes. So in this case, we need to send it to level 4. So this is the string that we send for level 4. So this is s.send, s.receive. These are different actions we can do with the socket object. It's very straightforward. The next thing we do is we receive the challenge from the server. So the second packet of data that we're going to get from, well, the second set of data that we're going to get from the server is going to be whatever the challenge says. So in this case, the challenge says, where is it? The challenge says that it's going to send a string. So we're going to get a string, and we need to send it in reverse to finish the challenge. So when we do these challenges, what we need to do is we need to prototype, or we need to test. We need to test each one of these steps so that we make sure that everything is going okay. So what we can do in this script is right after we receive the challenge, we're going to end it right there. And we're just going to quote out everything else in the script just to make sure that this part works first. So we're just going to give the triple quote, the triple single quote, we're going to put it at the beginning and the end of the script. So that's going to make sure that only this part of the script is going to run. So we're just going to save this out, and then we're going to run this script. So Python level04.py. So what this should do is it should communicate with the server with level 4. It's x04. Okay. So this is what we get. So we communicated with the server. We received the intro, which was this. So the reason why everything is prepended with the B over here is because everything that we receive when we use the socket object is going to be bytes, and this is very important when we interact with the challenge in the future, because we receive bytes, but a lot of the functions that we're going to be using don't work on bytes. So we need to convert the bytes to something else before we start messing around with this data. So we know this works. And what we need to do, actually, you know what? I'm going to split this up into two windows. So we're going to have one window which runs the Python, and then the other window is going to have our code. So let me just start up another terminal. Okay, so this is level 4, and we've gotten up to this point. So we received the challenge over here. The next thing we need to do is we need to find some way to reverse this. And how do we do that in Python? I think we need to print something in reverse. Let me see if I can come up with this. So the next thing we need to do is we need to convert the bytes into a string. So when Python doesn't work with can Python reverse bytes? I'm not completely sure about that, but we're going to convert the bytes into a string, and then we can do some stuff with strings. So this is what we're going to do. Let's see. So data 2 is what we got from the server, this. What we need to do is convert it to a string. Okay, so convert the bytes into a string. So we're just going to do data 2. What is it called? It's called decode. So we decode it into UTF-8. And we're going to call this, we're just going to call this a data string. And we're just going to check that this is that this went through correctly by printing it out. So we're going to print the data string. We're going to save this out. Let's see, write out is going to be Control-O. Okay, and then let's run the script over on this side. Okay, so we did convert this into a string successfully. That's great. Okay, so we just successfully converted this these bytes into a string, and what are we going to do next? So convert the bytes into a string, and then we need to reverse the string. So to reverse the string, we're going to do, let's see, string reverse. We're going to make a little variable. It's going to be equal to data string. And I think, let me look this up real quick. Python print string in reverse. How to reverse a string in Python. Okay, so it says here, okay. So we need to do indexing. So string indexing, we're going to index it by -1, and that's going to be the opposite. So it's going to take this format right here. Let me just copy this format and we'll apply it here. So let's see, reverse string equals data string index -1. And then let's try printing that out. So string reverse. And I guess what we could do here is we could also print some other messages that let us know what's going on. So in this case, we're going to print this is the, this is the string, and then we do a new line, and then we print out data string. And then we can just get rid of this. After that, we reverse the string. So string reverse, we're going to print out sorry if this seems a little bit messy. Just trying to make sure that everything's printed out and we're commenting everything correctly. Let's see, we're going to print this is the string in reverse. This is the string in reverse, and then we got string reverse. Okay, let's go ahead and save this out, and then we can test to see if this works. Okay, so we're going to run the script one more time. Okay, so it says this is the string in reverse. Okay. We need to add a line break over there. Let's do that. So we're just going to add a little line break so that it looks nice. Clear, run it again. Okay, so receiving challenge, these bytes over here, this is the string. So we convert it into string. This is the string in reverse. So we printed the, oh, it didn't put it on a new line. Hold on. Why didn't it put it on a new line? Let's save that out. Okay, now it puts it on a new line. That's great. Okay, so this is the string in reverse, and the last thing we need to do is we need to convert the string into bytes so that we can send it to the server. So the next step is convert the reverse string into bytes. So the reason why we're converting the string into bytes is because the socket only sends bytes, and we can't send a string via the socket object. So let's see. So reverse bytes is going to be equal to string reverse, but dot encoded from UTF-8. Okay, and then we'll print this out. Print out the reverse bytes with the new line, and these are the reverse bytes. Okay, so let's sorry, I just want to make sure that everything looks nice. Okay, let's save that out, and then let's give that a try. So save, and then here. Okay, this is good. So we receive the challenge. This is the string in reverse, and these are the reverse bytes, and then we need to send this to finish the challenge. So we can get rid of the quotes over here, and then what are we doing? So convert the string into bytes. We can get rid of this step over here because we're not doing base64. We're going to send the challenge back. So we're going to send s.send. It's going to be the reverse bytes. Reverse bytes. And then after that's done, we should receive the flag. Okay, let's save this. And then let's run the script. Okay, it worked. We received the challenge, these bytes. Then we convert it into a string. And then we reverse the string. And then these are the reverse bytes. We send them over. And then we receive the flag. Flag is going to be HMV rev rev rev. Let's go ahead and submit this to finish the challenge. Okay, so over here, there's a flag submission field at the top of the page. It's going to paste in the flag, and it's going to tell us we've submitted the flag in the past. We have submitted the flag in the past, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and move on to the next level.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.